internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl. Me, Nachongo Jalo, will bring this program midday show come to you today. Like all time inside this particular program, we'll bring to you news information. So they with me at the program for the next 1 hour. The program na midday show it come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM with different issues where they happen across the country. Today inside the program, we look inside the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2025 where we ask a question: if President Bill signed this particular document for make it on to act, that one they go amount to treason or not, as plenty. We ask a question today inside the program on the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2025. If President Bill signed this particular document and turn into act, that one they go amount to treason or not. Well, this is an argument with plenty people, legal people to be specific, when they put forward. So today we get different people and for analyze for we and answer this question. Where the democracy they join other people and for ask across the country since we Parliament agree for this particular document. For get this discussion done at the studio, I get Tigi studio guest them, but the one person okay to introduce the two people already in the studio. We have Victor Lassana Kuroma, a human rights lawyer, and somebody that advocates on human rights issues for quite some time now. Good day, welcome to the program, Mr. Lassana.
Thank you very much, Chairman, for getting.
I also get Honorable Dr. Umfa Sori Beshe Kuroma, APC member of Parliament, who represents people in the Western area, urban districts. Good day, welcome to the program.
Good day and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much again for joining me at the program. We expect, Honorable Indolo Givao, SLPP member of Parliament, we represent people in Kaila district. All of them people are also going at this program today. They help answer this question: if President Bill signed, the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2025, that one they go amount to treason or not? Well, they can get that analysis they done at the studio. But for the meantime, we go studio 2 and take this material. Kukus Usai the Development and Planning Officer na Freetown City Council Komba Musa don't say go take again and go begin for a bill the Kinjimi market as way for address the challenge them way market woman in the face for do business at the central business district area. For more on this, make we join Alhaji Jallo.
It gives me great pleasure today, Wednesday, 19th of August 2026, to formally launch the construction of the Kinjimi market.
That na the mayor na Freetown, Yvonne Akisoya. We dey pull na do the such project where this na for build back the Kinjimi market, where they na the central part na Freetown. Beside this market, then be build am around inside 1787. We make and they among the oldest market na Salone. With the kind of way how this market don't talek and they challenge them, we market woman then they face, make European Union and Freetown City Council come together for make this market as way for tap the challenge them, where people they face na this market.
Setting organization and institutional capacity or participate in planning, improve planning for women and youth in recycling and construction of the Kinjimi market, and provide auxiliary services for better opportunities for the women and youth. Women is the founder, Freetown City Council is the implementing partner. Project Vision is a team on 1st June 2026 started. We are open to work by the 21st December 2027. The total project is 7,526 euros.
The voice we just listened to. Now the Development and Planning Officer na Freetown City Council, Komba Mansa Musa, but they talk about the time where this project they take, where in they talk, the challenge in a Kinjimi market, Aja Adama Kamara, talk about how this important to them as market woman them, where they sell na Kinjimi market.
What we call historical market, neither can show change the way they are Kinjimi from the what we did. And that's not also where they so. Now they will expand in the Sudan. For local needs, transfer the people in. The market can go. Kinjimi will not be so long. We not patient. We don't to Johnson, Lauren Gisford, Kanto, Abajo Williams, and Bode. But God say the woman the people na dey put us in the level. This project no other to add. Nigeria and the pay woman and then I can generate the suffer. They not be giving last week but now they can't get market.
As the European Union and the body wey support Freetown City Council for make this market wey make the International Aid and Cooperation Manager na European Union Dr. Julius Fode talk about the support wey dey give to Salone people for build markets them across the country.
Such project that it is not a project in isolation. It is a project that encapsulates a broad spectrum of other 6 other projects. Across the country, when you go to Kailam, we are constructing a council web and a multi-purpose zone. In Kailam City, we are constructing a multi-purpose store for traders.
Wey in the talk, the mayor of Freetown City Council, Yvonne Akisoya, talk about how the Kinjimi market important to council.
70% of the population they in the informal sector themselves. Market knowledge. So market so important. And the Kinjimi market not just any market. Now market with historical significance.
Yvonne Akisoya end up for color market woman them for support this project so that workman them go down this work to the term where them put. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me na Alhaji Jallow, they report.
The program we listen to na midday show it comes to you from the Society for Democracy 98.1 FM. Today inside the program we ask important question with plenty people in the ask since we Parliament give for the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2025, and that question they get for do with how this action by Parliament is reasonable or not if President Bill go ahead and sign or give assent to this particular document. Well, we do welcome to our studio guest and we still wait for Honorable Hindolo Giva, when a member of Parliament from Kailam District for January na the studio this morning and self contribute to the discussion where we get na the program. However, we start the ball rolling and we come to Honorable Umfa Beshe Soriko Roma, who na APC member of Parliament and they represent people in the Western area urban. Honorable, from the question we plenty people on the ask, we go into them shortly, but let me start first for get a general overview as to what in section 108 subsection 8 they say from a parliamentary perspective.
Well, thank you very much. I think it's a very important topic you get here today, and I think people over the past days or week will spend a lot of time talking about this passing or unconstitutionally passing of this bill, and people that don't give them view. And I think in finality, people they also don't ask that the president not sign up. And a critical follow note say, whenever Parliament pass bills, it has to go to the president for sign. And once the president sign, if he sign, it has to be published in the Gazette before it becomes law. So a critical follow note say it has not been signed by the president and it was passed on constitution and a parliament. But you ask critical question, and then they would need for reference the constitution. All the argument for the past few days has been on the constitution. And it's unfortunate that we, as educated people, sometimes can create a situation wherein we can leave the public in doubt. It is clear that this constitution, the drafters not left any doubt in the mind of people of what should be done. Section 108 of the constitution states how you go amend constitution. Section 91 of the constitution, they talk about how votes them they did in a parliament. So I'll go to 108 subsection 8 because now I reference the question you ask. And section 108 subsection 8 of the constitution say any suspension or alteration or repeal of this constitution other than on the authority of parliament shall be deemed to be an act of treason. And when you talk about the authority of parliament, two sections in the constitution also they talk about the authority of parliament. That is now section 73 of the constitution and section 105 of the constitution. And in both of them, they give within the authority, within a parliament, the authority, will give parliamentary authority for make law. And section 73, subsection 2 say, parliament is vested with legislative power, or they say legislative power is vested in parliament. Then 73, subsection 3 say, gives parliament power to make laws for peace, security, order, and good governance. But section 105 na the constitution, in they talk about waiting na the supreme authority of parliament. 105, and if I can read them for the public, it says, subject to the provision of this constitution, parliament shall be the supreme legislative authority for Sierra Leone. Not a power to make laws. But you get for note back, it says subject to the provision of this constitution, which means parliament not just make law because parliament wish for make law. Parliament for make law going by the letters of the constitution. Now I make good reference say 91, now they talk about the vote. 91, they say voting in parliament, and except as otherwise provided, section 1 subsection 1 say 91 subsection 1 say except as otherwise provided in this constitution. And I use this, I try to underscore this word, in this constitution. Any question proposed for decision in parliament shall be determined by a majority of the votes of members of parliament present and voting. Then are voting. But 108 they talk about how they change constitution. And 108 subsection 8 they talk about if you alter the constitution. Wait, now that question that you ask. If you alter the constitution, what thing will happen without deemed authority? And why make our reference? I want to take you to then two sections in there. 106. I want to give you 106. And what make our underscore 106? It say the power of parliament to make laws shall be exercised by bills by parliament and signed by the president. But subsection 2 of 106, it is subject to the provision of subsection 8, a bill shall not become law unless it has been duly passed. So I want to underline the word duly passed. So duly passed, now for let get, according to the constitution, now for let get 2/3. Because 108 clear say, now through 108, now they use to amend the constitution. It is not about through one, it's not 108, it's not, they're not talking about how you get votes, now how you amend the constitution. And the drafters them, I think say, then cleverly state say duly passed, because they know say, with times, probably people them go be misguided for past constitution them, or change laws them, where not duly passed.
Okay.
So in this constitutional amendment, we are stating that it is not duly passed because 2/3 was not attained in passing that law.
From where this thing has happened, a lot of arguments don't come up. Different sides of the coin. All man gets an opinion, interpretation as to the provisions and way Parliament use. For go ahead and pass this particular document. APC they rely on section 108, while other people they rely on 91, including the speaker. On the ground says section 108 talk about entrenched clauses.
Exactly, but
inside this document on a pass, no entrenched clause, no.
You know what? Section 108 not only talk about entrenched clause.
The argument and even of the speaker.
Well, he unfortunate. You know, only talk about 108. The side notes of section 108 say alteration of this constitution. Alteration of this constitution means all sections of this constitution is influenced by what is in 108. But 108 section subsection 3 now talk about entrenched clauses, and section 3 they talk about dissection, they talk about chapter 3, they go back to C where they talk about all the sections of the constitution where they are considered entrenched clauses. But from one subsection 1 and 2 they are not talking about entrenched clauses, they are talking about bills that are meant to amend the constitution.
Okay. The
steps that you need to follow.
Okay. Let's hear the lawyer also, in your opinion on this particular, provisions in the constitution. Who's one for take precedence between 91 and section 108 in passing this particular document?
So it's so interesting, like they say all the days on media. The problem will get in the interpretation of this document. Everybody get your opinion, but we get where you interpret this document. You get the one that when are the textualist them, then they look at the text as it is. You get the structure, you understand the purposive and the rest of it. It depends on which way you look at it and which one you interpret. Like I've been saying this year, each of these sections there, and one thing about the constitution, you not go interpret the constitution just depending on one stand or one section. If you do so, then you are not interpreting the constitution. The constitution is a thing where a join one layer to the other. One layer will talk this. For instance, quickly before you even ask me. Then we go to section 94.2, right? 94.2.
So what the speaker is ruling?
Correct. If you ask me a question in there. Notwithstanding anything to the contrary of this constitution or in any other law contained, no decision or order of the parliament or any of the committees or the speaker relating to the rules of procedures of parliament or to the application interpretation of such rule or any act of this purporting to be done by parliament or by the speaker under the rules procedure shall be inquired into by any court. I see the speaker be relying on this. But what's the argument around this? You understand? Are we talking about the procedures of parliament here? Are we talking about the rules? No, that is not what we are talking about. We are talking about altering the constitution, even though yes, the altering the constitution are part of her. But let me take you go back to 171.13. That's where my argument is. 171.13. Go to 171.13. Yes, 171.13. Don't say that.
Yeah, page 133.
Okay. What is it? I read. No provision of this constitution that any person or authority shall not be subjected to the direction or control of any other person or authority in exercise any functions under this constitution shall be construed as precluding a court from exercising jurisdiction in relation to any question whether the person or authority has performed this function in accordance with this constitution or any other law. This is interesting. Very interesting. What it clearly they say, in as much as 94.2 don't talk say the parliament cannot be cautioned for anything, but 13 they say no. If there are certain things where the law fee say or the court fee say, we not don't abrogate, now don't do certain things where be to say in no day in conformity with total this law, nothing not be court.
A good that you don't make mention of that one day, but again, come back to the question why asked between 91 and 108. Usman for take precedence.
So that's the point. The context is different. This one we look at the interpretation sections of the constitution when they always the grab, and you look at the interpretation section of 91 and they talk about voting in parliament, how voting for take place in parliament. This one how you tamper of the constitution. You understand what I mean? In fact, the topic we will talk about whether the Treason Act or whatever, the answers are very clear. There is no supremacy say who's all take, who's all not take. It depends on which approach you want for depend on which one.
Who's one the speaker for the use of the line? Now 108 the speaker for the line in
that
the
is what we are talking about, because it's talking about the alteration of the constitution, not to voting. Voting are just a secondary. You they do first an alteration. We don't do an alteration. You don't do state of police law or justice, and it is the power given by parliament for them to do alteration. As far as 108.1 is concerned, it's the power given to parliament for them to alter. Now they no more get this power for alter this constitution. But when you go to the B part of it, we say, in as much as you get the power for alterer, you have for done with a due process. You for done in the appropriate way. This is where the treason they come in. You understand what I mean?
And the appropriate to forget 2/3 for all time.
That is number one force. That's number one force. Then at the bottom line, you forget 2/3. You understand what I mean? But again, now we even argue for 91. No argue 91. When you say members present, we'll not forget to you say I'm voting. Members could be present, but they did not vote. They abstain. How will you calculate that? They are present, but they did not vote. So the law is so critical. People interpret it doesn't only limit at members present.
Other people believe
say members present and voting. A member could be present in parliament during time of voting. He abstained.
Other people believe say after the speaker, make ruling say they vote on based on the people in our parliament, and the other set of people now interpret them say even in 97 or 96 we end up for vote now 2/3 of parliamentarians then vote.
So this is where the mischief is. I don't tell you then this, I tell other people the mystery about this constitution. For we, I still believe that this constitution, though not the ground norm for the country, we not get no other document now. It is the document to have until we change it, but not to a good law. Trust me.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
Now, quick one. For tell you say the mischief there, I ask you one question. The section 108 2B not talk say all members of parliament. It say members of parliament. It not say all. But let us even agree say in some sections it talk about all. It didn't say this condition. Areas where they talk about all, they did it.
Section 30.
Fine, it talk about all, it did it. But let us assume say it be talk say all members of parliament. That in itself also now another recipe again for chaos. You know why? It happened in other countries there. For instance, Kenya now they put the word all members of parliament. When time comes for this kind of vote, with a strong decision, a particular member of parliament will be sick, seriously sick, but he don't die it. For no more they put her inside stretcher, load her inside counter. For no more they can't put in votes and can go back in the hospital. That's the danger part. Sometimes when they make a law, certain element or words they don't use it. If you say all, the word all, so now make the drafters there very mischievous, crafty. They left the word all. They just say members of parliament. Who are these members of parliament? There's no clarity. That's where the mischieviousness about this document.
Okay.
There's no clarity.
The honorable, quick.
You understand what I mean?
The 2/3 for be taken from members in parliament or the entire membership of parliament.
Well, I want to tell you this. Section 30, subsection 6. It's very clear. It clear say in determining the appropriate majority of all members of parliament, account shall only be taken of the persons actually and validly existing as members of parliament at the relevant time. And are all members of parliament existing, all members of parliament alive, account should be taken of them. So if you take account of all members of parliament, you know see the 2/3, the 99.3. So the question and the arguments where Boku people don't get is the 99.3. Do you leave the 0.3 out? In mathematics, if you you left the 0.3 out, you know, so where you do a check, we get something we call in mathematics check. When you check your answer, if you say a 99, if you go back for check your answer, you need to get 2/3. You need to get the 2/3 of all members of parliament.
Yes.
That is why Pundit said, hold on, say if it be 100 members of parliament for that 2/3, it could be, they say not less than. Enough will be less than 2/3. So 99 will be less than 2/3.
Between the present members and or the entire membership.
All members of parliament. That's what 30.6 subsection 6A.
Because the argument of the other side now that 2/3 will be taken within the members and we present. Because if they reference section 108, it not tell you say all members of parliament are section 30, subsection 6 they say.
You see, we spend a lot of time going to school for a reason. And sometimes when you use certain words, it refers to what you use. If you ask any given Sierra Leonean, who are the members of parliament? They are all members of parliament. No member of parliament or they will not a member of parliament. If na former member of parliament, then we say na former member of parliament. When they say all members of parliament, it means PCMP themselves are members of parliament. So when you say all members, the 30 don't tell you. That is why my fellow panelists say you cannot take any section of the constitution in isolation. But also what you got for be clear, 91 what they rely on, it give exception. It say except otherwise prescribed in this constitution. And when you say except otherwise prescribed in this constitution, then very deliberate for say in 108 then prescribe what should be done to change the constitution. So how can we continue for the argument on something we written in text? Also somebody say they don't die, they don't go. So the deviousness and the devious nature in which we try to amend this constitution, which by the way, we will not be here tomorrow to use it. In 1991, I was a student in this country. na Albert Academy. In 1991, my papa who born me, I be member of parliament, so they make this constitution. Today, he's no more. He's not here. So, therefore, remember, say, what do they make now? The future generations then get for user, not necessarily for us. So, we cannot make this law to influence what we want now against what in the future generation will use. And if we set a very bad precedent now, what do we tell our children or our children's children?
The explanation with the give so and the defense where they put up, so you know things that the APC members of parliament for don't absolutely do instead of walking out of parliament. Una for don't turn up there and make una register on our position clearly.
I believe say we all be in a well day when Honorable Daniel Kuruma took almost 45 minutes making that point, because it was clear that in the third reading we would not break into a committee stage where the speaker they become a chairman. Every clause in that constitution day you go by line by line. Over the days and before that, we will not spend time for good them, and the speaker will not stick pins on relevant clauses. But those clauses, now the clauses them we go make the final bill. So common sense be prevail say what in then the bill clause by clause should be voted on, because once you go for member, what in the bill now different sections in the constitution and then seek for amend. So they are not all coming from one section. They are from different sections of the constitution, but when they are in a bill, they are called clauses.
Working out was the right thing to do.
At the end, because you don't make a point, say it is instructed in the constitution that 2/3 should be followed. So if 2/3 should be attained, we guide to the speaker at the time was to ensure that every section, as is stated, is passed on a 2/3, so that when we go to the final reading of the third reading, whatever has made it or has made the 2/3 threshold will go and pass into law. And important for let the public know say there are clauses in that bill where we be agree on both sides, like the 30% for women then, even though the gender empowerment bill be there and enact them, but one put in the constitution, they get a permanent stay, so another government will come and change and say we may give women a 30% again. The dual citizens for letting participate in government, we would agree on that. Public servants for letting left office, we would agree on that, say for be 1 year, and all of those things them. So all of those things them, if we all be don't agree on them, we believe say for make the final bill, wait for final bill will for become law. But the other thing we not agree on, if you not get the 2/3 threshold, then they should be expunged.
Honorable, when I walk out, plenty people don't describe them as cell game. You didn't answer, you reply, to some of the allegations. The people believe say on a cell game, and now one they don't become so more, backed up by the recent audio we see. Like whether you authentic or not, that one day, we're not able for confirm them. The democracy not able for confirm them, but you don't see the allegations there.
No, I want disagree. Say not to plenty people. Now the mischievous people, and they claim say they sell game, but plenty people not believe say game was sold, because there is nothing to sell. We not go sell game. In all debates from day 1 to day 2, we not tell the public what you want. Let's for instance we say, even if it were there, for argument's sake, even if we were there, if the speaker used simple majority, the law they pass. If the speaker used simple majority, they pass, because they get 97. Initially they get 96, like how my brother said, then bring another person as stretcher, we make a 97. Then we get 49. So even if we had 52, the law should have still passed. So the arguments also, because sometimes when people they become a mischief, when they say this, then it takes that media space, it go viral. They see they want to sell out, somebody make an audio, everybody gets a phone and now can make audio and you go viral. But the point is, we did not want to be part of this. We did not want to dignify what they were doing.
Okay.
And dignifying it was staying there when we know that 2/3 should be achieved, but the speaker don't say it go based on 91 when it go based on 108.
Una don't say you must do your audio. With the out to say somebody where they identify for being unable to make call. They send a voice note to the deputy speaker and say, "Epa, now all left now we three would already for vote on our side." You don't see that video.
I don't hear a video.
Audio.
I don't hear audio.
Yeah.
Where somebody say deputy.
Yeah.
So me I will be clear. Because me, I don't know size the person make the message. I don't know what they wait for. I don't know what how many people they wait for where they make. It's a deputy. to me, you know, he will not even call himself. I'm not trying to defend him because I've not even spoken to him since I get out the day. But many try to say, now waiting me there in front of God and man. It's a deputy. Could be deputy leader, it could be deputy speaker, it could be deputy minister. So I don't know how they know a deputy speaker. I don't know. Me don't know that. The message say deputy. Will they wait? What did they wait for? We don't know. I'm not here to defend him. By no means, by no way. Because I've not even spoken to him. Sincerely. Under God and man. So me, now waiting I see, waiting I know, now I always talk.
Okay.
And I will talk for myself.
Okay. Let also, the lawyer, Mr. Victor Lassana Kuruma, Section 108, subsection 8, the Honorable just don't explain give you what he say in the situation and church this constitution, on procedurally, that one making tantamount to a reasonable offense. Parliament don't pass this law, which you feel like say the process be wrong. And the Honorable self now still feel like say the process we, Parliament use for pass this, particular document or agree for this particular document wrong. That one they amount to treason.
So interestingly, I don't talk this and I'll continue to say this. No treason has happened yet. I want to get this very clear. And also, let's also get clear, because first you need to understand what is treason. Now, when individual or group rise up against a legitimate state, right, or government, either for overthrow or whatever. That section there, I want to be very clear sometimes so they educate the public, because as you say, media don't take down the hype and so much. Why that word day? Why that section they come for exist? We know then the military can just grab the overthrow. And what do they do? Then they suspend the entire constitution. So let them deter, they can't dynamic, they tell you touch this constitution. By suspending it, or by repealing, or by doing certain things we're not procedural, you don't commit treason. So I want to get that background first. Members of parliament cannot commit treason. The president cannot commit treason. I want to get this very clear. The president is a member of parliament. Honorable members of parliament sit here are members of parliament. Why? Because the Constitution 181, it make provision clear that they are the only people who get right for what? Alter this document. The power is given to them. So now the question comes, why treason they come about? The treason they come about, one, the cow don't talk say, Usai then do the wrong thing. Usai they not follow the due process, like we talk about voting. Such a thing they were supposed to go, they forgo by, they not one. Then at the end of the day, it don't go before the president. Now the argument still continue up to the president. The president now, in your opinion, now it is not in the listen. I'm sure the president has 14 days window given to him for either sign or reject her. Section 122, second paragraph, did the provision to the president for either in your involution, send her to the Supreme Court for interpretation under advisory opinion, legal advisory opinion, or section it give back the president for either return this bill. You understand what I mean? For return the bill back in parliament. Section 106 give that power there for return back. Right? Na parliament. For say, you know what, gentlemen, now not do a good job. This bill needed 2/3 majority. When I go back then I go do a good job. So he has these two options. Each one of them, anyone will decide for follow. Either for return back as for 106, or is send them back for advisory opinion as to speaker. But until this happen, a treason or treasonable action or offense has not yet been committed. I want to get that. But upon signing it, with all of these things, clarity no day, and Supreme Court no be invalid, then he goes ahead and sign. Parliament did not only commit treason, the president also has committed treason. I want to get this very clear. And quote it for me. I repeat, as at now, no treason has been committed. Why? Because he has not assented to the document. Two, the president has the prerogative for either send this document to the Supreme Court for advisory opinion, legal opinion, and once the Supreme Court give that advice, it's final.
Okay.
Nobody can change that because pass you go court or the members of parliament go, or a returner, right? But if that not happen at all, he decides say, I know they go parliament, I know the returner, I am convinced by what has happened, you understand? And then later sometimes Supreme Court go say no. We said don't look at that point today, but it not be correct for let's sign now. So it be for better for avoid that kind of embarrassment, you go first, let the legal opinion get before you go ahead. But if that happen, I don't know for Salon, other country, if that go, somebody they ask me, you think it's possible? Number one, this president go return that bill to the parliament again. Number two, if he say go even go for legal advisory opinion to the Supreme Court, the man will just go ahead and sign. And that's where my worry is.
Let me assume we not say anything also for influence whatever court decision will come up, but just as a media institution, we responsibility for bringing out issues there.
Of course.
Yeah. Let me assume say, as you say already, and the honorable self say the process where parliament use for pass this document wrong. That one then one issue for us. Let me ask you say the president not seek the cause and he don't refer the document to Supreme Court for advice in your volution. He say he sign them. And at the end of the day, the Supreme Court go find out say the process be wrong as not all long put them so on at the studio. He say it means say the president, parliament don't commit treason. Let me also be mindful of the fact.
Provided if you don't sign them.
Yeah, if you don't sign them, the Supreme Court go say otherwise. Yeah. Let also be mindful of the fact say the president get immunity when he in an office. How this one will come into play with all this?
I agree. President get immunity not for being prosecuted in private or in public life or that kind of thing. A precedent has not been set. So now sometimes in law we can look at judicial precedent. A precedent has not been set, maybe except it is about to be set. Then we lawyers will look down as it's happened. In the previous cases, Sam Sumana was sacked and the precedent has been set, even though you understand what I mean. Until then that happens, I cannot judge. Until then that happens, I cannot judge.
Because the Constitution, yes, the Constitution already don't protect them, and if the Supreme Court go rule against whatever decision they go don't take, the same Constitution back say they don't commit treason. So how this one year so they become handled?
Well, that's why we are saying, this is all why we are saying all of these things. If the president, knowing fully that he wants peace in this country, he has heard the voices of people. The best bet for me, I have said this and I still stand by that, you have legal people to advise you. The Supreme Court is there, except for any reason he thinks, no, me not even go by Supreme Court. What me members of parliament don't do, it suffice. Then let me go ahead.
Okay.
We know the hope for that.
Okay.
I see they say we know the hope for that. And until that happens, it's going to be a judicial process.
Another what are your own take with regards to this question just now?
Well, clearly, my brother explained treason on the sense of Sierra Leone context, according to Sierra Leone constitutional law, what's in a treason. But other definition of treason can be constitution involving treason, an act that seriously betrays one allegiance to the state or sovereign authority. So we all take on oath, say we go for protect this constitution, and protecting the constitution and for ensure say you go by what in the constitution dictates. The constitution then they confer authority on who that they call president. The constitution then they confer authority on who that they call member of parliament. The constitution then the documents where they make them form other acts in this country, where even when it has to be with finances, every act in this country they reference the constitution. So when you betray that means say you don't create a treasonous act. But like how my brother said now, if the president not sign them, it not become law. Section 106 subsection 6, it state and clear. But also, not to the first thing this it will be something the president not sign. This president, the tobacco bill was sold to the president over 4 years ago, has still not been signed by the president.
I think even the impress.
that again.
Yes.
So it will not be the first time we go sign something.
The I call it sexual I call it abortion bill.
Oh, the abortion bill. Well, that not come up parliament, but the former president will become up parliament, not be signed up.
Okay.
But in this parliament, we will not come up parliament.
Okay.
So it will not be new. And something where don't get so much public debate, where so many people and so many scholars so many people of interest don't weigh into them. I think it has to do with the constitution, also just any other thing. It has to do with the constitution. The drafters of this constitution then deliberate for make sure they create a whole section how you will be guided for change them. And if you not go by that means you not change them by that guide day. You don't change them another way. And I use this analogy back, say, when you enter a house as a guest or even as a member of the house, you use the front door, not the window, not through the roof or then call the manhole. If you do that, native man they pass through them back door then they. And the main door of this constitution for changer now 108. Any other door not to for change the constitution.
When I agree for the document, well, I say when I'm in parliament, you say I'm a member of parliament. When I agree for the document on the Monday, on a Sunday morning, the president make a state address to the nation. He's so passionate about why salary for review this particular document. With a statement the way the president make, when I see I'm not for sign this document.
Well, like I tell you, I don't say this before. There were clauses derived from sections in the constitution which we agree say need for be progressive and change. But there are also clauses in that section of the constitution which we believe say therefore be keep. And then clause then they now the first past the post. The constitution make a clear say in 38A we can do PR when we know we demarcate constituencies or we get places in the country probably were not reachable. For instances then we they know we demarcate constituencies we can use PR. But first past the post then the preferred method of elections now this country now that constitution. So we all advised at the time to government was let's keep it as it is in the books. If they need a rise for use PR, and the government and the president and they tell the commissioner electoral commissioner say this type of election that I want based on looking at the conditions now. So you believe say you will go change it, you will go against the constitution not for changing at the book there. And then a serious constitutional maneuvering way nobody know for one for letting him left pa.
Apart from the extant law, this one document where parliament don't agree for where still people believe saying a bill because the president not give assent. You think any provision there within that particular document we will give president reason not for sign this document?
The manner in which it was carried, now a big reason. The trust where the people them not get in the process, now a big reason. Constitutional amendments, all in history of this nation, don't get nationwide consultation. From Peter Tucker to Justin Cowan, all of blessed memory, to even this one way passed after 2023, all of get nationwide consultation. Do you know why? Because it is not as simple as to change it by simple majority. You forget consensus from the people them. And say sovereignty belongs to the people of this country. And the people of this country, they transfer that sovereignty to the government. So if the people of this country not give that sovereignty to the nation, to the government will claim and say we have sovereignty. Sovereignty belongs to the people. That is why they take that message to the people across the country for see if all what they try to do with the constitution it meets the litmus test and it valid for pass. So if the people say we don't want her and if fine for differentiate between sections and the constitution and entrenched sections. So entrenched sections they not say only you get forget 2/3, they also say you forget a referendum taken to the people them. So whether we agree with this book or not, in this second republic, this is the book we have, the constitution, and now we go by. And with this book, we don't get 3 successive changes in government. From late Amati Yankaba of blessed memory to Dr. Anes Baikroma, from Dr. Anes Baikroma to President Bill.
Okay.
So this has worked for us. And they say no law is perfect. So that is why we are seeking to amend it. But don't break the law to amend it.
Okay. Again, Mr. Lassana Koroma, the president get 14 days window, but the speaker in a ruling say in 3 months term, they don't come back to parliament from the Supreme Court advice. How again, Uswan again, how this form fold again?
So do I hold on that? Make I come to the point where your brother Trafford talk. Because we ask that. I tell you initially, say this document, this constitution, if you don't understand, I forget and interpreter. You think say you just grip one side. There's now this is Abopa. No, you are mistaken. The question where I want the honorable answer now, yeah, me the answer now.
Okay, sir.
In this case now,
okay.
as a civil society man.
So you're the presenter for 1
yes,
minute.
now me the answer now. I not be well. I might be on sick bed, so I not be follow that case from that period of time. But few things I want to make honorable clarify now, yeah. Section 108, subsection 2, they will take now paragraph A, paragraph A, first paragraph, second paragraph of A. I read that for you later.
Yes, sir.
It says, before the first reading of the bill in Parliament, the text of the bill is published in at least 2 issues of the Gazette. Now, point number 1. I want to answer that. Was that done? Do we have a copy? You have Adikam?
Yes, sir. Yes,
we
sir.
have a report on that.
Yes, sir.
Now, you can say, sorry, baby, I not be the follower, I not be well, and that thing.
It's
That's
okay.
one thing. Because we don't run to be no more. If you not do this, then you go Abu Pawan. Issue. 2. Provided that not less than 9 days shall elapse between the first publication of the bill in the Gazette and the second publication.
So you go make a point, the honorable self will get time for respond. Instead of make
I
a
don't
question.
make an out. So let respond. Me, I say, me don't already.
You know what? Now
Was it done? My question is, did they follow this?
the honorable just answer. You say yes, then do. I'm so.
No, I don't answer.
No, you answer about the Gazette said what part.
Yeah, no, I don't answer it. And clearly, Honorable Timbo be write a letter to Attorney General saying all that we have in the publication is the first publication of the Gazette. In response to her, then give another volume of the Gazette that it was published twice. You go for note say the publication of the Gazette now through government printing and Parliament, not get or members of Parliament go only get what's in common at the GP waiting in gear. But we as an opposition, we don't question that process the first. That's now only one publication of the bill day.
Now one Gazette come out.
But eventually then bring other one out later.
Okay, so I think Mr. Victor.
So I'm fine if that's the case, because the reason why my argument is still there, we're not going to just look on the voting 2/3 majority. It is still stay. If you don't follow this, you just can't open this. You miss it.
And sincerely,
you miss it.
In addition to that, it tells you how important this is. Announcing to the public now through the Gazette. Everything they pass in our Parliament, if it be gazetted, even this bill, is state and back in 106 subsection 6A. After the president will sign, it should be published in the Gazette back.
Again, Mr. Victor, again,
yeah.
I asked the question what the 14 days window the president get for either give assent or refer back the document to Parliament with some justifications and why they sign this particular document. And
yes.
the law say.
Yes.
But again, the speaker says it's 3 months. How soon the president get 14 days? Is that enough for make president able for consult to the Supreme Court for can decide whether or not he for give assent to this document?
All right, make I read for you. Section 1067, the return of this process. If Parliament passes a bill, but the President refuses to sign it, the President must return the unsigned bill to Parliament within 14 days of its being presented. Along with the bill, and the President must provide a formal statement detailing the specific reasons for the refusal. 1068 now they say, the Parliament overruled. Once the bill is returned to Parliament, it can be reviewed. You understand? Can be reviewed. The President's objection, why you not sign her, Parliament gather for.
And they can pass with 2/3 majority.
You understand? So therefore, pass now a 2/3 majority.
Yeah. So now they say the speaker. Why make I ask this question? They say the speaker. The speaker, the president. Before I go ahead and sign this particular document, play first refer and first to Supreme Court. How you want make the president do that one? The way only get 14 days and time don't they go? You don't pass.
Well, that's the point now. That's why we are happy. We are arguing here. When this argument starts from Tuesday, not say Monday, 1 week now they go so.
Yeah.
No so.
Mm-hmm.
So like I say no more, if we want peace in this country, one for left stability, one for say, for me, it not make anything, it not reduce the power of the president. In a way, it also help the president. In one of the statements where I've been talking, I don't talk, I repeatedly talk, except anybody prove me right. President Badabio, it is not in his interest as to whether me get for going into this again. All I want to live now is plain, clean, a peaceful country and everything. Not to say Napao Panami. He is not going to fight any longer.
So at this time, the best thing for the president for refer back the document to parliament, because if less than 7 days or left,
no,
the Supreme Court
the Supreme Court can do it in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 days, Supreme Court can look at this in 2 days. Mm-hmm. In 2 days, then we will look at. In fact, Supreme Court when me knows that me you now human being and lawyers, they all follow all these arguments.
Exactly.
They are following. So by the way, they just wait on the petition either come either from the APC, they can't say they go to court, right, or the president himself. In 2 days, because of the exigency of this thing, Supreme Court can sit on that day. Where Parliament be ready for it, they don't need to take 12 o'clock midnight. They don't need it. So Supreme Court can sit on it today, tomorrow, then give them verdict. So the president still gets 7 days more for do that. That's my opinion. You understand what I mean?
Now, what's in the happen is that the president need to give assent to the documents before going to Supreme Court, or as he did so self when I can go Supreme Court as somebody say
we don't need for the wait for the president to assent for go. But one thing I want to drive home again, the beauty of this constitution, even though we seek for amendment, and the fact say in 107 and 108 when they talk about the president refuse and giving the reasons for refusal.
106.
Yeah, 106 subsection 7 and 8. Yeah. So 7 and 8, it clear in 106, 7 and 8. He say 7 if the president refuse, but 8 where a bill is returned to Parliament pursuant to subsection 7, and that bill is thereafter passed by the votes of not less than 2/3. See, so even if president return am, for let Parliament say okay, if the president sign, I will pass am, enough for pass am by not less than 2/3 back. So the constitution and the drafters are very deliberate for ensure say they no send them back, then we go form a kangaroo way and say pass by simple majority. Always NTR they don't point to 2/3. That is why the argument they all over say this simple majority is so wrong, patently wrong.
I get.
And like how my brother say just now, the president not get no, in lack of a better word, he not get no dog in this race. The constitution, yes, it go for remember to say I don't change the constitution because now this is the nation we want. But for changing in a way very unpopular, it not the benefit the president.
I asked AKK, member of the National Publicity Team na APC. He said for the last 6 days at that time when I was starting, it was on Monday. He said APC they put together documents them for file this particular matter at the Supreme Court. How far that without one out?
Very far, because once we want to ensure that we cross all the T's and dot the I's, meaning all relevant supporting documents, some of which could be achieved from Parliament, and all of them should be submitted, not just the appeal for interpretation. It should be backed. You know, in a court, you get to be backed with evidence, even though they see all the evidence all day in the public view.
The 2023 election, people advise for making go court. Even senior members of the party, JFK, seasoned lawyer, he advised say, "Lo na go court. Una so na go court because na not trust the system, the judiciary." Now, when this happen, una so na go Supreme Court for interpretation. What don't change between 2023 to 2026, 3 years time?
What don't change na the people them. Organizations don't run themselves by just their names. They are individuals who they run an organization. At that time in 2023, we had a leader. We even had a deputy leader. Currently, we don't even have a leader. We don't have a deputy leader of the party. We get a chairman of the party.
Now the leader that na Samuel Kama and Cheko could be still on no court.
No, I just say, not to one man they decide say we know they do this. There's a meeting. We get NAC. In that NAC, the leader there, deputy leader there. In that NAC, other people in the back. And now meeting of the minds. So at that time, the minds will not be pointed to that. But currently, with the minds and the meeting of the minds, where they run the party now points over doa, so they do. The beauty about leadership is say you get to be adaptive. You adapt to current trends, adapt to the situation where they dictate that decision day. And at the situation when they dictate that, at that time it was another situation where dictate that decision day.
Say the Supreme Court will ruling in our favor.
Yes, why not? Yes, why not? Why not? Because the case is clear, it's evident, the constitution is clear, The constitution not ambiguous. Section 108 is clear. What needs to be done to change the constitution? 108 was not followed. So, I mean, if fine for law members, you get good lawyer in this country. And really, I want to end with this back. The interpretation of the law is not by opinion, now by the letters of the law. Let you interpret the law, not by your opinion, not what you feel. Say, now this the drafters. Now what's in the drafters and say, now you for go by. So for lawyers great lawyers we be don't pass, we don't go, we be in this country, we teach we current lawyers now. I believe they go want for CC, then lawyer then they will sit on that bench there. Then do thing, then one of them be teach them before, be teach them correctly. The one them back where they so now, and the pray say they don't mislead the next generation of people who want to be lawyers. Because a law profession, a very enviable profession, but it could be diluted and reduced to something not enviable by the decisions of people in that profession. Like when you in profession, you say you get quack doctors, you get quack this. We believe we don't have a society of quack lawyers. And we believe them for do the right thing.
I read a comment somewhere, I think now on Facebook. Somebody the commenter say with the APC they prepare for for couch another excuse after they lost the matter in our Supreme Court.
Like I say, the deviant people can always say that. I mean, what excuse about prepare for whose excuse?
After they lost the matter in our Supreme Court, they already don't judge the person.
So why we believe so for lost the matter in our court safe? And why if the decision of the court get for be an excuse on the APC side? Why going to for seek redress not to a measure or every Sierra Leonean for believe say useful? Why by being upright we not believe say as a nation useful for be so? Why it is not prudent for be somebody who stand for rights or stand for justice or stand for truth? Because another thing they will need for teach what Sierra Leoneans to be. For far too long in this country, we don't believe say the person will behave badly, then the smart person. Far too long. Okay. But as a nation, we need for punish bad behavior.
Okay.
And we need for praise good behavior.
Plenty thank you to you, Honorable Dr. Umfasori Kuruma, Member of Parliament from the APC bench. Victor Lassan, I will come to you in less than 30 seconds. What will be a final message to the people who listen, especially the President and perhaps some 10 members of the Supreme Court?
You see, I just say members of Parliament now people where the people believe and trust in and make them send them for them go do the role or send them for them to do. You know, places there I can feel pain within myself where they can inside our well. The idea there is everybody is saying we are representatives of the people. That is how it should be. For say all this here, actually, in actual sense, I'm not representing only APC here or SAPP here. We are representing Sierra Leone in this well. But we have still not been able to get that right. You get me? And the public there, the expectations of the public, now for those see members of Parliament, you know, for all you know, what's painful. When you meet them, and then canteen, this, that, and then bar, then they joke and play and laugh. But when it comes to matters where they benefit the nation, right? Then them all man begin to say, oh, Nayami Day, now this are the support and that kind of thing. These are things where legacy, or how you call this, posterity go tell on with tomorrow. Any bad law will pass. You know, be careful. Tomorrow, you or your family, you go hunt and back. For all you know who that will get for come back tomorrow for benefit from this law. But because it was a bad law, tomorrow you picking will ask you say, now would that even pass this lawyer?
Okay.
Now me papa been there.
Okay.
Me papa not been go school for able to say what if you don't do na bad, wait till then the hunt with so. That's my problem. Okay. So now make I always say it is also good, always good for making things say, you know what? Put Salone first. Okay. The president in speech, he make it very clear. As to somebody tell me whether I mean or not mean deep inside heart, I cannot judge somebody by heart, but I can judge you by your words. Mm-hmm. I can judge you by what you say, your appearance, and that kind of thing. If the president say, members of Parliament, who not go for go vote, no not vote for me. No not vote either because of my party. No not vote for Mama Salone. No not think Salone. What did they try for tell you? Now go me they go so. I don't want tomorrow I left behind and say, oh, now this president I do that and I do that. Okay. That's how I interpret it. Plenty so if you get something different within your heart, now God know, me no go to Georgia.
Okay. Plenty thank you to you also, Victor Lasana Kuruma, a human rights lawyer, for joining the program today for talk about the topic with the go with the ask about how the constitutional amendment bill if president sign as per within section 108 subsection 8DC if it's reasonable or not. Well, now so the program go left for today. Plenty thank you to the production team Theodore Arena produce the program America Mabango make family before watch we live now Facebook YouTube page and save DJ Lulu give you technical support. So to meet again, we bring this program